Howdy guys, it's Astro here. Welcome back to my first episode actually. I was going to say another episode, but no, it's the first episode of my FAQ series. If you didn't listen to my last video, basically the Hero Showcase has been placed on hold is what I was trying to say there. Placed on hold until just for another few weeks, just while I get some new heroes leveled up that I really want to showcase for you. So it's just on hold temporarily. I will be doing some more in the next few weeks, but in the meantime I'm going to be doing this FAQ series where if you guys ask me a question over my Facebook page, if it crops up more than once, then I will probably post an FAQ on it so that I can answer everyone's questions nice and easily. So, as you've probably already worked out from the title of this video, I don't know why I'm trying to build up the suspense here because you're already going to know what I'm going to talk about. Today is probably the most common question I get asked, and that is that when it comes to Expedition, should I be focusing on tokens for Broot or should I be focusing on tokens for Hukulu? So, this is only going to be a short video, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump in, I'm going to look at the heroes. So, as you're already aware, I have done a hero showcase on both these heroes, and as you're probably also aware, when I do a hero showcase on a hero, 9 times out of 10 it means that I think you should get the hero for whatever reason. I don't tend to do hero showcases on heroes that I don't like because I can't showcase heroes that I have not really leveled up, and I don't level up the heroes that I know aren't very good. So, let's look at Hukulu. Hukulu is an absolute great DPSer. He summons 3 snakes which have at max level they have 10,000 points of HP and 1,458 points of physical attack. That's a lot of physical attack. He has a total of 2 interrupts, Jinx, which is on multiple enemies. No, Jinx is on 1 enemy, Manacles is on multiple enemies. So you have 2 interrupts, one which is actually on a few enemies, so that's going to be quite good, and Channel Skyfire, which is just DPS. Hukulu's pretty good. He's a good DPS, and I always recommend that you need to get him. And then if we look at Broot, the things that Broot offers are his Husk, blocks up to 1,000 damage 5 times, then restores 6,000 HP, which makes him a lot tankier. And Symbiotic Seed, which is a nice heal for your team, which is very useful. And Living Vines, which is an interrupt. More interrupts. You can't never have too many interrupts in this game. As I'm sure you're aware that I always go on about interrupts. Interrupts are so vital. And then he has a passive attack speed buff. So you really can't go wrong. That's a really solid team. Now, for those of you who've watched my videos, you know that Broot never leaves my main team pretty much, with very few exceptions. He is an absolutely solid tank. So, if we jump over, have a look at the Expedition. As you can see from the Expedition, every single day after your reset, you will be able to spend 400 tokens on Broot and 400 tokens on Hukulu. So, like I say, the most common question I get asked is, who should I focus on? Well, please bear in mind that this is all my personal opinion. This is nothing fact-based. This is just what I feel and what the experience that I've gained playing this game. The first thing that I say to everyone is you need to get Broot up because Hukulu is such a great team member, but he is not as vital as Broot. As soon as you get Broot, Broot will replace Athos if you're using Athos at that point, or whoever you're using, and he will be your main tank, and he will be your main tank for the rest of the game. You will literally never switch him out pretty much. There's no real reason to. He's just a solid all-round tank that does everything that you need for your team. So for that reason, Broot should always be your main focus because Hukulu is replaceable, Broot is not. That being said, you need to get out of the position where you're picking between the two of them as quickly as possible because it's not a clear set thing. You need to be getting both. So it's quite possible to be getting Broot and Hukulu quite easily every single day. 5 tokens for each. That's 800. You can easily get 800 tokens every single day, providing you're completing later expedition levels. So I suppose your next question will probably be, well, how do I get through those expedition levels? Well, I'm afraid, my friends, that for that you're going to have to wait for next week's episode, because next week in my FAQ series I'm going to be doing how do I get to late stages of the expedition. So I'm afraid I did get you there a little bit, but I just want you to answer that quick question. And next week I'm going to be looking at the expedition and I'm going to show you all the little tips and tricks of how you can get as far as possible. I hope that a lot of you will appreciate that. I think that will be quite useful for a lot of people. But in the meantime, hope that's answered the question. In the too long didn't read, but like too long didn't watch, like, oh yeah, Astronomy, I can't be bothered watching your videos, I'm just going to skip to the end and find out the answer to your question. For those of you who've done that, I mean, first of all, screw you, like, watch the video, that's not fair. But second of all, the answer is Broot should always be the priority, but you shouldn't be having to make a priority. You should be able to get them both up. So in the early stages, get Broot, but as soon as you possibly can, make sure you're investing all your time into expeditions so that you're getting consistently able to get both tokens every single day. Hope that helps, guys. I will see you on Wednesday for the Team Talk series, but next Saturday I will be talking more about the expedition in detail. So enjoy, have a good weekend, and I'll see you on Wednesday.